Welcome to Denton, Texas, home of the North Texas Mean Green, and the fans have been waiting since early this morning for the clash we have in store. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off of bye week, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Broncos will get us started with the opening kickoff. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So North Texas offense will have the first possession of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls. You play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways. This guy is very dangerous.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. Might as well give it to him again. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Hold it.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they've got on second down. Motion from the offense. Dialing up a second down pass play. Fires left. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. North Texas will have to punt it away. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So Boise State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. First down for the offense. From the gun, running back on the move. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense iced.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Trying to get to it. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Not a ton of play calls for third in California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. It's caught. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback going straight.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
To the ground with the back. Tackle is made right at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 4.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this third and short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, North Texas.
A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to run for it. Puts him in the spin cycle. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll try to power it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, North Texas.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They are in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. App State rolled to victory in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new Top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Good job to get everything he could, then get down with the slide. And the Broncos send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
A strike downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle was finally made.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Open space at the 25. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Movement here from the tight end. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
Running back carry. Picks up 3. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's back to throw on 2nd down. A little screen to the running back. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. At the 45, on his way. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
Touchdown.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like the doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop.
Running toward the tape. He's inside the 40, the 20. Touchdown, North Texas. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
They get him down after he makes a catch. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. He's looking to throw. He lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Makes his connection. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. One more snap coming before halftime. On second down, wants to throw. Coming after it. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime.
Off he goes at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Broncos. And here they come almost all the way back.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Penn State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a close one so far today at Happy Valley. They're up by 11 over Ohio. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The give to the back. Tackle is made after the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Right back to the well. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play getting tackled for loss.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Just a simple play, get the speedster on the edge, block it up really well, and then let the running back do the rest. But I do like the finish from the defense. Listen, you gave up a big play, at least.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Rides to the back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
After 35-yard line. 3rd down coming.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Now on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Going to the running game. He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing.
All right, they showed this in the first half, right? Loaded up, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Come back now, pull some guys, go the other direction, have success. Great job by the coaching staff.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, North Texas. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going.
Is good.
And right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
35. Boise State, 14.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed to rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
And the Broncos racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. on third down, looking to throw it beyond the sticks. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for our defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Well, that didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Quarterback will keep it. That play just never had a chance.
By the quarterback.
A loss of 5.
Loses 5. Second down coming up.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They've got him looking one, but they're going to throw it. He'll let it go down the right side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter, and you just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And it's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Mean Green. And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Virginia Tech managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Blacksburg had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They're bringing heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
It's caught downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And it's picked off for the third time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, North Texas. How about that D coming up with a play like that? How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.